Hey guys, I am back and I am here to talk to you about some of the books that I actually finished in April. Not the ones I started, the ones I actually finished. Because I started quite a few. And then I went and I did it again. I did it again. We won't go there.
The struggle was real.
The first book that I read in April was Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse. I have been wanting to read this book forever. It has been just sitting on my TBR and I finally just went ahead and bought a copy of the book because I wanted to read it really bad. I love female characters who have a smart ass attitude, and I love that in a character when there's adventure and other things that are going on in that supernatural, paranormal fantasy setting. I came across Trail of Lightning. It sounded really, really awesome. I wanted to read more about this badass woman with the ability to kill monsters. Gimme, gimme. Yes, yes.
My hair! He shot my hair! Son of a bitch.
I love that shit. I gave Trail of Lightning 5 blossoms, and it was probably my favorite out of the month, as well as the next book, which was a graphic novel by Brian K. Vaughan. It is The Saga Volume 1. I liked it so much. There's a video that I'll leave a link to down below where I unbox all the other volumes because I went ahead and I just bought them because I have that much faith that this series is going to be one I just want to read from beginning to end, and I just want to dive into it.
Cannonball!
And I'm planning on doing that this summer, especially in July, because I believe that is Sci-Fi July. Perfect month. It's also my birthday month. You have 2 characters who are not supposed to be together. It is illegal for them to be together. It's illegal for them. It's really bad that they procreated. So now they are on the run with their baby. It's going to be a ride I'm really, really excited to be on. And I gave that 5 blossoms and I really enjoyed it. The third book that I read and finished was The Wish Granter by C.J. Redwine. It is part of a series that I forget the name of. It is book 2. The first book was the retelling of Snow White. This was a retelling of Rumpelstiltskin. I liked the characters in the book. It was lighthearted and funny at times, and sometimes it could be serious and a little bit sad, but I enjoyed the book very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the next books and what the other retellings have to do and what those storylines are like. I gave it 4 blossoms. The next book I picked up was The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I picked that up a few weeks just before April started, I think. And then I didn't get to finish it because I was reading it in ebook. And then my library just happened to have a copy of it.
The library, darling. Because reading is what? Fundamental.
If you've been watching my videos, you know how excited I was that I found out that my library actually had a hard copy of this book. That was awesome. I gave it 4 blossoms. It was so good. And it's the first time I've read anything by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I do plan to read more of her books. I liked the parts that were like part interview, part story, part her telling the story. I just really, really liked that kind of format. It was really fun to read. The next book I picked up was my very first Tessa Dare. So this was like a month of first to pick up these books for the first time by these authors. I enjoyed Tessa Dare's writing. It was funny, it was lighthearted, it was really, really fun, and it was a rom-com. It was fluffy, and it was just what I needed. I mean, if I was headed for a reading slump, that definitely got me out of it, and I was ready to read my next book. I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to save some of her books for those times when I'm feeling, and then that'll just be my pick-me-up. I gave it a 3.5. So, I mean, personally, it was a 3.5 blossom for me. It wasn't that it just wasn't one of those knock me off my feet kind of books. I just really liked it because it was funny and lighthearted, and I laughed a lot, and that's just what I needed at that time. And I'm going to continue to read Tessa Dare's books, especially if she's got that sense of humor in all of her books. I want more of that. I want more of the dynamics between two characters, or like just fighting, having been fighting not being together, but they can't help themselves type of book. I like that a lot. The last book I finished in April was an audiobook, and it just happened to be one that was not planned at all. It just popped up in my cloud library, and I just said, I have some things to do around the house, and I'm just gonna listen to this book all day. And that was Daisy Jones and the Six. That's right. I read my second Taylor Jenkins Reid book in the month of April, and I enjoyed it so much that I gave it 4 blossoms. I felt like I was listening to one of my favorite movies again, and that was Almost Famous. It's that young coming of age. It's also the rock star behind the scenes stuff when they're in the studio, they're going on tour, and somebody is now interviewing them. And you get to hear about the band, you get to hear about this lead singer, and you get to know the dynamics of everything that was going on at the time. I enjoyed it very, very much. And as you can tell, there is a current read right there. That's my current read. Look at this book. This is my current read, The Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is not part of the world that I am reading at now because I'm on the second book of the other series. This is a brand new first book, I think, to a new series. It's listed as book 1, so I have high hopes. This is definitely one of those ones that I feel is going to be a 5-star read for me, and I love this cover. I want this for my own shelf. I gotta tell you, there's some characters in here that I'm really liking a lot, and it's just because of their attitude. And one of them is this girl named Exala, Zyla. We're gonna go with Zyla. There's Zyla. She is a character that I already am just, I want more of her, and I can't wait. I hope there's she's the added comic relief, I think, because this book kind of needs that, because there's some really serious shit going down. It is the year 325. There is a celestial event about to happen, and apparently it's going to be like a symbol of stuff. So this is kind of like Aztec twist with fantasy, and I'm in it. I'm there. I'm there for it. So this is fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. I hope everybody else is enjoying their reading in the month of May so far. I know that I am, so much so that I've started 4 other books besides this one this week. What's wrong with me? So I'm going to be focused on this weekend so that I can get to those other books faster. Please tell myself, please don't pick any more books up. Please don't pick it up. But there's so many really good books out there right now. I can't not. If I see something, I have to pick it up. But I shouldn't. I should finish the other books first because I'm starting to get really overwhelmed. So I'm just going to focus on this one. I'll focus on this one. That's the one I'm going to focus on. And I'm not going to pick up any other books except for the one book that I have to finish tomorrow because I'm doing a buddy read. It's a buddy read. We're reading the last chapter of a book tomorrow. I'm so excited for that because it's been really good so far, and I hope that the next book that we pick up as a buddy read group is the next book in this series, because that's what we'll talk about it all the time. So if you like what you see here and you want to stick around for some of this crazy book madness and love, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon. You'll be notified when I do post a video. Hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, an emoji, anything that tells you how you're feeling right now about the book that you're reading. That would be great. Just let me know about the books that you're reading. Do you have any high hopes for books that you're reading right now? Because I do. Until next time, everybody, I hope you're enjoying what you're reading.